Hi, it's been so long since I've done one of these, although I keep saying I'm going to do another one. We just had a full moon. It was on February 16th. That was a few days ago. And I didn't really feel, actually, I kept thinking I would do something about the full moon, but I didn't really feel inspired by it. So I thought I would actually do something different, a kind of like, to do a reading, a tarot reading as a kind of like update. So we'll say that like this is for the week ahead, or yeah, for the week ahead, I think. For anybody who happens to be listening to this or watching this, what kind of message do we all need to take from this time? What's happening right now? So I thought, well, I could do one card, I could do 3 cards, or I could do a full layout. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do all of them and, just see what happens. So, so let's look at this. Let's see what, oh, and by the way, also, but I did feel inspired, the upcoming new moon on March 3rd. That looks really interesting. So maybe at the end, I'll talk a little bit about that. But in the meantime, between now and March 3rd, kind of taking the lessons of the full moon into like this next period, what do we need to know? So I'm going to screen share now to show you the readings. So let's see. I guess this, there we go. All right, this is the first card that I picked. And this is the 8 of Swords reversed. So the 8 of Swords is one of those cards that you actually usually like to get reversed. It when it's upright, it usually shows feeling stuck. It usually has like the implication that you don't have to be stuck, but that you definitely feel stuck. In the Rider-Waite deck, it shows a woman, it shows 8 swords and a woman tied up with her eyes blindfolded. And, so it really looks like a bad situation where you are tied up and can't move and can't do anything. So as a card, just to as a general notion, it's telling you that you're not stuck, or you don't have to be stuck, or you see a way out of being stuck. So then I thought, okay, let's do 3 cards. And then that was this. That was the 2 of Swords is the first one, which tends to show a stalemate. It's not quite at the same level of the 8 of Swords, and it's a little bit more legitimate. It's like there's 2 ways you can go, a decision that you have to make. And the reading, this would seem to be advising you that in terms of like, if you feel stuck, if you feel at a stalemate, if you feel torn between 2 things, to choose the 3 of Wands, the one that's upright, to do things, to do what seems right, to do what seems like the right thing to do, in spite of the fact that the 9 of Coins, it might not be the one that seems the most practical or makes the most money if it's a financial decision, but also it might be one that leaves you feeling like your personal time is being a little bit infringed upon, like it takes you out of your own personal happy zone, your own little private happy world. So that there's that advice. So now let's look at the full reading. So this is the full reading for the week ahead. And an interesting thing is, first off, that the final card is the 8 of Swords upright, which shows a feeling of being stuck. But this is a powerful reading because there are a lot of major cards. It starts with the Lovers. So that shows you in a place of integrity because it's a major card and it's upright. In terms of it, the Lovers is one of the cards that has many meanings. It can be about you and another person, of course. It can be about a decision to be made. And it can be about creativity, about passion. It is about making a choice on a big level, on a bigger level than the card that we saw earlier. Any minor card, the 2 of Swords, this is about a specific situation, which there's a specific decision to be made. When it's the Lovers, it may still be a specific situation and specific decision, but it's kind of bigger in its implications. It's like, what life path are you choosing? Where is your heart truly drawn towards? Some pictures show a man having to choose between, sort of like the wife and the mistress kind of thing with Cupid above him. but it's really about recognizing what is you, what is appropriately you outside of yourself. And it does speak to a connection to another person often. So the Lover shows up first, and again, it's in a place of integrity. It's crossed by the seven of coins reversed. Another one of the cards that you often like to get reversed. I'm going to keep going. That usually shows a little bit of a difficult time that might be easing up, but the seven of coins reversed is sometimes a little bit of a hard card to exactly be clear what it means. And then the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is a pretty clear card. That's like things are not going your way. It's things are going badly. The Queen of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups upright is a lovely card, a very, caring, emotionally connected individual. Reversed, it can be, kind of having a hard time accessing that. It can also be a little codependent, a little bit like, you're like being a little too giving. The Angel reverse, which is also often judgment, shows a decision not made in the past, or a move forward in a major way not made in the past. And then the Four of Swords is a card that often has many different meanings, but one of them also does have to do with being alone. Right side up, it shows somebody taking time to be on their own. So reversed, it can be not getting that time or being too much on your own, and there is also an aspect of decision making involved with that core card, of like the idea of a truce, of coming to some sort of, but it's reversed, so you didn't really come to one. All right, going up the side, this is where you are, what you feel, and it's the Moon, which is a lot of confusion. This is the environment around you, and that again is the card we had here, the Nine of Coins reversed. So that's always interesting when you do readings and the same cards come up. It's the Nine of Coins reversed. So this is the environment around you. So somebody is uncomfortable in their own situation, or there is a general situation of not being able to have your own private happy life. There can also be issues of financial issues. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, and it also has to do with other people. It just shows you really wanting to be happy. And then the Eight of Swords, right side up, shows you being stuck. Now, this is actually a really interesting reading and really interesting advice in terms of what it's saying, for us, for the reader, for anyone, about our life in this coming week, because the first card we got was the Eight of Swords reversed. You don't have to be stuck. And then we get this reading with the Eight of Swords upright, but you are stuck. So, and there's the issue of a decision to be made in which you have to do something that's right, but kind of takes away from your time or your personal happiness or something like that. And there's an issue of money too, perhaps. And then there's this whole, like, what is it about you? Is it about your relationship with somebody else? What's going on here? So there's many different things, and there's many different people who will be watching this. So there's many different ways that this could be appropriate to you. But one thing is, there's clearly a difficult time that's being gone through that might be coming to an end, or might be sort of lessening, but also kind of dragging on. But it doesn't have to be as bad as you think it is, even if on some, things aren't going quite right, and it's been kind of difficult to move things ahead. And it may also have to do with somebody that you love, that there's somebody that you love that you could be trying to help that's going through a difficult period of time. And it feels a little bit like it's taking too much of your own energy. You feel like maybe you're being a little codependent as you try to help them through it, and that there's no real easy solution to it. But you just sort of find yourself in this position where, you can't exactly help them out of it, but you can't stop trying to help them. And actually, the reading would be saying that you're coming from a place of integrity. This is a little bit where, like with the two of them coming up, you're stuck and not stuck at the same time. but it did already tell you, like, do the right thing, help the other person, like try to maintain your boundaries. It seems like there's not that, you know, for things to turn out all right in the end, like, and that they will turn out all right, like just give up a little bit of your own sort of private time or personal happiness to help someone out, help somebody out this week. It may not be exactly what you want to do, but on some deeper level, it's the thing that's really, you know, it's the right thing, and it's the right thing to do in terms of this other person. In terms of yourself, this could talk about something that you want to do, something that you want that circumstances aren't really helping you do right now. And there's definitely the implication that you will get to it, but that in the short term, you may find that you don't have the necessary privacy or space to be able to do that. So this card, the Four of Swords reversed, it can show either being like kind of like taking yourself too much away from other people, or not being able to like get that space away from others, and kind of having to deal with a certain amount of discomfort in that. But here, there would definitely be the message that like, it's not really the right time to completely isolate yourself, that there are other things that need to be tended to. And the Nine of Cups, which is also a wish fulfillment card, does also show the, I mean, it shows joy and satisfaction and community and connection to others. And it suggests that like, for the greater good in terms of what you want, and in terms of what somebody close to you might need, and in terms of you know, what's really right on some deeper level. It may not be what you think you want on the outside, but like, do something to help somebody else, you know. This card right here, the Moon, that, I think that is a good segue into what's happening next with astrologically. So let's switch just a little bit and quickly look at the astrology for the coming for the new moon coming up. The new moon will be in Pisces, and you can see there's all these planets in Pisces. And we also have like this group of planets together. We have Venus, Mars, and Pluto all together at the end of Capricorn. So this is a little bit of a spicy combination. You know, Venus and Mars together, that's like definitely, and Capricorn, you know, that's the goat. It's like, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little earthy and kind of, there's definitely like a sexual tension here. Or a desire, you know, it can be a desire, it can be lust, you know, that kind of desire. It can be a desire for things or something that you want in life too, because Pluto there intensifies it as well. So fortunately, this doesn't make a negative aspect here, and it even makes a positive aspect to, this is the north node of the moon. So the potential for getting what you want, as long as you don't get too pushy here, and as long as you take, this is Piscean, as long as you take other people into account. So we have the sun and the moon and Jupiter, which makes things bigger and is the big beneficent, and Neptune, all in Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of the Pisces. This is definitely a selfless sacrifice. Like, you know, watch out, don't overdo the drugs, because they're definitely gonna, you know, they're definitely gonna have a powerful effect. Like, try not, that's where, like, referring to the moon again. This is, there's a certain amount of idealism and a certain amount of putting the needs of others first that is appropriate and is part of this time, and can also help you manifest, because Capricorn is definitely a manifester. It's an earth sign. Manifest what you want on the physical plane in terms of your actual desires. But it's definitely important to have a certain amount of idealism and altruism, and to have in mind the greater good. There is all I mentioned the drugs because Pisces and the moon can definitely, and Neptune can definitely all have that, like, let me just escape a little bit here. You would probably want to avoid that. That's not usually the best way to use this. But there's a clear message that, like, it doesn't have to be, it might seem in the short term like there's a choice that you have to make between your needs and the needs of others, but we are moving towards a period of time, and I'm not talking in the major sense, like, the next millennium or something, but in the next few weeks, we're moving towards a period of time when putting the needs of others first, or at least alongside yours, is actually appropriate, and in its own way can serve and will serve your own deepest needs and desires. All right, that is the message for the weeks ahead through the tarot and astrology. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.